I'm Ross Trachtenberg, the head baseball coach here at Rosemont College, and I'm here at Figure Out Baseball to talk to you a little bit about coaching first base. So this is really to coach our coaches along, and the first thing we need to do as a coach when we're coaching first base, I think, is to get comfortable doing it and understand what we might need to do during a game. So I like to have my coaches actually get out at the coach's box here during practices. Whenever we're doing base running drills, have the coach who coaches first during the game actually get out here. During scrimmages, same thing. Let's get repetitions doing it and get used to the flow of the game. A really big important piece for the first base coach is knowing game situations. We don't always have a scoreboard going or an accurate scoreboard going, so it's important for us to always make sure our base runners know game situations, score, inning, outs, and even sometimes our batters as well, even with the count. When a ball is put into play, a couple things need to happen for us. We want to make sure that the runner coming down the line touches first base. We want to encourage them, and hopefully we've practiced it, for them not to run too far past the base. But our job then becomes, if it was a throw in the infield, we want to make sure we've got our eyes up on the play and we want to follow the ball. So if there's an opportunity for the player to take an extra base, we can do that. With base hits, that might be the same thing. And we can be the eyes for our base runner who might make a turn to second base to look for throw behinds, perhaps a catcher coming behind. So again, keeping our eyes up as a first base coach is going to be really important for us. With base runners, again, depending on the level we're coaching, we always want to key in on a couple items. One would be the catcher. So is our catcher strong at blocking balls or a little bit lazy? How's the catcher's arm? Does the catcher have a tendency to throw behind bases at first base, for instance? These are things we can alert our base runner to and look for. If we're in a position where we're coaching with leads, with the older age groups, say 13 years and up, looking at our pitcher, knowing how fast that pitcher is to home plate. Is he delivering pitches quickly, or is he really slow to the plate, and we might have an opportunity to steal? A couple other things we can take note of for our base runners, because again, they might only get to first base one or two times in a game. You're here all game. What's the surface like? Are we playing on turf that's wet? Is it really sandy in that box? Those are things we want to let our runners know, so when they get out, before they go ahead and take their lead, when they get off the base, they know what they're stepping into. We can be really helpful with runners at second base as well. We want to communicate with our third base coach in terms of who may be making that call of distance for leads there. But again, these are all things that we can help our base runners out with. And I'd say one last thing that a first base coach can be really helpful with is balls down the first base line, the right field line, of whether they're fair or foul. We would have a very good view of that where, say, a runner at, say, second base or third base, and even the third base coach may not. So if we read a ball is going to be fair and might be in for a hit, we can go ahead and signal or call out to those base runners so that they know. And again, these are all things that you want to practice as a first base coach, or if you're the head coach, get those that are going to coach first base for you, even if it's another player, out in the coach's box to get experience with these types of game situations. I hope this is helpful in thinking about coaching first base. Again, I'm Ross Trachtenberg with Figured Out Baseball, and I'm the head coach here at Rosemont College.
Thanks for tuning in to Figured Out Baseball. If you're watching on the figuredoutbaseball.com website, I hope you check out the Figured Out Baseball store and grab yourself some gear to help support this totally free resource. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you keep up with all the cool stuff that we do. For you podcast listeners, we've also got our podcast now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Figure It Out Baseball, the home of hundreds of free videos from dozens of college and professional coaches and specialists from great schools like this. So tell your friends about figuredoutbaseball.com, the world's #1 online coaching tool.